Hi, my Libras. Welcome back, you guys. Thanks for joining me once again. I keep changing decks in my hands here. I just can't decide which one I want for you, which, I don't know, maybe there's some like indecisive energy around you, or maybe there's too many great choices around you. Let's just see where this storyline takes us. Let us begin. As always, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and your awesome comments, you guys. I absolutely adore you, but thank you. You help me have this channel here. Without you subscribing and liking my videos, I wouldn't have a channel. So thank you guys. All right, we have Awaken Your Inner Shaman. Ooh, this is great. So if there is like, like I said, I can't decide which deck. Maybe it's because you have a lot going on right now internally. If you are going through an awakening right now, especially if it's your inner shaman, you're starting to connect with energy flows from plants and animals and earth energy, and you're picking up on all kinds. You may be very heightened right now. You may be very aware of lots of different energies around you and be like, whoa, how do I process this? What does this mean? Why am I getting all these like hits of like intuition being turned on? It may be almost overwhelming, even perhaps in this storyline for our lead character. We have Answer the Call, Explore, Travel, and Live. And we have Teach and Share, Instill, Instruct, and Educate. Okay, so some of you might be going through, especially when it says answer the call, maybe some of you are feeling like you're ready to go. And if you're awakening to all kinds of new energies around you and you're like, okay, what do I do with this? You may be deciding to go to a class, a seminar, a course, or a location, maybe someplace where there's like you're just really drawn to go someplace where there's a lot of energy. You don't even know why you're drawn there, but you're headed there. This could be, just that walk you've always wanted to take in your own, whatever, neighboring town or something like that. This doesn't have to be something that's so grand, but for some of you, it could be. In this story, we could have someone who is like, I feel like I really want to go to Brazil. I want to go to Peru. I want to go, someplace far, and I want to actually do like maybe shaman courses, or it doesn't have to be that. This could be any kind of a change in your life, though, that you just feel compelled to go that direction. You feel like you have a natural aptitude for something and you don't quite know where that's coming from, but you're leaning toward it anyway. And it could be confusing. Like, why do I feel this way? Our lead character in this seems to be like, they're resigning themselves to the fact that I got to answer the call. I don't know what that means. I just know I got to do it. So kind of an exciting way to begin. Now, could you be a teacher? Maybe you're feeling called to become a teacher, but I almost feel like you're being called to some kind of like learning or education, something along those lines. This may not be anything where it's like, oh, I have to enroll in like a 3-year course. This could simply be, I feel like I want to go to some kind of like just one single meeting where, you share ideas with a group of people. It could be that simple. Or you could be joining some kind of like a collective group that, travels around and has different meetings and does different, like, I don't want to say ceremonies, but this could be as simple as you suddenly feel like you want to be in a community of like-minded people. Maybe you're a runner. You're going to join a runner's club. To have a spiritual, emotional connection, it doesn't mean that it has to be something that is spiritual in the traditional sense. It could be something like that, like being around a group of like-minded people, sharing your experiences. So just know that this has a very broad application, at least right now, from what I see. Tell me about answering the call, because to me, that's probably the most potent. 7 of Swords. Wow. So something you've been denying yourself. 7 of Swords is, of course, is a card of like, this is when someone is lying to themselves, or this is when someone has run from something. This may not be you. This may be that you are understanding someone else's behavior. Now, let's not forget, the whole situation can also be flipped to someone else altogether. This may not be you having any awakening. You may be aware that someone else is having some kind of an awakening, and that they are becoming like aware of the things that they lied about or they hid and why they did these things. Whatever it is, someone is becoming aware, the Judgment in the upright, someone is becoming aware that they really want to make things right. That whatever the lie had been, I think in this case, the lie was that they could walk away from something that they can't walk away from at all. I mean, because it's a judgment. The judgment is a reconciliation. 6 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, I tried to walk away from my soulmate. That doesn't work so good. We already saw this need to have like community around us, like-minded people, people that understand. When we walk away from a soulmate that we actually are not done interacting with yet, it leaves like a big gap. It leaves like a big wound, a big open, spot. And I think someone is realizing that right now. They're realizing that there has been, like, they ran away from something. This may be the other person. You may be answering the call of other things in your life, and you may be aware that someone is starting to have, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This person is not allowed to come towards you right now. You are, okay, so stories evolve the more cards come out because it changes the storyline from my perspective. It's like every page I turn, we learn more of the mystery, right? So in this book that we're writing together right now, I'm going to say that this is the Libra. The Libra is having some kind of very powerful spiritual awakening, right? And the fact that it says connect, invoke, and heal. The Libra seems to be working on that in a profound way. Unless you're cross-watching, you want to flip-flop this entire thing, and that's fine too. But our lead character, whomever that is, has actually really started to have an awakening and focus on healing, focus on moving toward other parts of their life that are going to be so much more satisfying, so much more fulfilling. I don't even think this is about romance. I think this is answering the call of some adventure, some kind of, like I say, you're joining some kind of group, you're learning new things, you're enjoying these different pieces of your life. I do feel like this is all a part of your spiritual awakening, though. I feel like this is pushing you toward this wonderful kind of like new experiences, a harmonious energy in your heart and soul. Everything is feeling really good. And because you're in that energy, you may be very receptive, very, very able to tap into other people's vibes. By the way, whoever the group of individuals are that you may start finding yourself interacting with, you may meet random people at the grocery store that they want to talk to you, you want to talk to them, and it's cool conversation, it's intriguing, and it's really interesting, the people that you are meeting. It doesn't mean you're going to sit down in one room with those people. It may just mean that you are meeting other like-minded individuals that you had never been receptive to until now. You're kind of like a beacon of calling in other like very spiritual type people, and there's some kind of interaction, but it may be people from all kinds of different cultures. And I say that because these first 3 cards are extremely different cultures. So we have your entire world is broadening. Now, part of you being so much more awake and aware, you may be subtly aware that someone else is pining right now over you, wanting to come back together with you, lying to themselves that they can walk away from you, but also very clogged up. If this is an ex who lied or hid, or, obviously if they have to have a reconciliation, it kind of means to me that somebody needs to make something right. I think that they lied about how they felt. And I think that their whole life has kind of been, they can't get beyond that moment. So somebody is stuck on you is what it looks like to me. They're stuck in general, but you may be somehow emotionally, subtly aware of it. Wow, 5 of Swords. They're still fighting this. You're aware of that probably too. But you're awakening, you're answering the call, you're teaching and sharing. You are growing so far beyond it. And the further away you get, the more this person is feeling the absence of you, the frustration of the absence of you, and well, it's not my fault. They're still in defensive tactic right now. And it almost feels like the more you grow, the more you're aware of their behavior, even though you guys aren't interacting, if that makes sense. We have the Chariot in the reverse. This person is they're not taking charge of anything. They're the one that's like all over, like hot and cold, not sure what they want, not sure, why do I feel this way? I want to talk to you, but I don't. It's like they want you and they want to push you away. Like, when a little kid gets crabby because they're tired and they want to go to sleep, but they don't want to go to sleep. It's that kind of vibe that I'm getting here. It's like, hold me, don't touch me. hold me. You know, it's like they can't figure out what reaction they really want. Okay, let's change, because I feel like that's heavy energy. Those are heavy cards. That's like this person. I also feel like whoever this is, they've had some kind of really look at this, the seriousness and the rich tones of all this. Like everything is very heavy. It's very intense. It's very rigid. And even though these paintings are done with like absolutely amazing quality, still, is anybody smiling? No, nobody's smiling. Is there anything that makes you feel like you can be the one to, joke around and have some fun, or even maybe talk about anything spiritual? No, this is all like extremely I don't know, it's this person has like a really intense vibe to them. Meanwhile, you're over here dancing around a fire, getting in touch with, animal spirits, sailing out in the sea. You're very connected to nature right now. You're very connected to like other people's intuitive energy. So we have you in such a two very different energies. You're like a, almost flower child, and they are in this very like rigid, very stressed out, very removed from their intuition, in fact fighting their intuition every step of the way. Okay, that card came out really fast. Temperance in the reverse. So like I said, the two of you are at very different points in time, which we've already seen. That we can see it just in the cards that have popped out, but now we see it one more time in a very profound way. We don't have balance between the two of you right now. We just flat out don't. But I think you're aware of that. I want to talk more about you. Apparently you do too. You realized you bypassed something that has been waiting for you. This is something where you notice the coins are still here. So it's a 5 of Pentacles, which can be like, man, I feel kind of like I'm out in the cold. I feel like I've missed something. It doesn't matter. You didn't miss anything. It's just now the right time for you to come and harvest these pieces of wisdom, this life that you're going to be building for yourself. It is absolutely, it's just now time for you. Could you have had this sooner? Sure. But could you really have, when you needed to go through something with this other person who maybe even like, derailed you a little bit or took some of your extra time? Hey, it is what it is, right? The important part is these 5 pentacles are still on this tree. These are yours. The things, the experiences that you are headed for have just been sitting there dormant, waiting for you to come and collect them. So for some of you, this has been probably like a really difficult time of dealing with this other person, and then you got beyond it, like really got beyond it. You have a King of Wands on your horizon. Whether it's masculine or feminine is irrelevant here. Could be a fire sign energy though, but this is more like it's a time for your whole heart to feel really fulfilled. There's a ton of growth for you right now. I feel like some of you feel like almost, how do I say this? If you had been in a connection with someone and then it ended and it was all really difficult, it feels like they walked away from you in this, and yet they're the ones who are hurting over it because it was a lie. They didn't want to walk away from you, but you found a way to get beyond it. And now you have all these wonderful new plans. You're meeting all these wonderful new people. Your life is getting more exciting every day. There's a moment, I feel like this is for the Libras who are realizing, I haven't felt this good in a long time. I haven't felt so excited in a long time. I'm learning all these new things. I'm talking to all these new people. Why didn't I do this before? Well, because you walked past it before. It was always there, but you weren't ready for it until now. Now it's kind of like some of you have got some warm glow. And I'm saying this like warm glow from like in your heart. It's the excitement that you're having towards your own life. Wow, 8 of Cups. You guys have a big adventure. Are you traveling somewhere this year then? This is you're planning some adventure for yourself. We've already seen it, but we see it one more time, like doubling down. I think that there's someone waiting for you on this journey for you to, it's not someone, it's something, as much as someone. We have the 10 of Cups. You're on a journey to your ultimate happiness. If you are taking a trip, if you are learning something new, if you are doing all of the above, it's interesting because you're feeling like you're in charge of your life, which feels amazing. You're feeling like you love your life, which is super amazing, or will be soon. And what you sense is that you've got a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. You're headed directly for it, and you know it. This is still you're on a journey right now. You haven't reached the 10 of Cups just yet, but that's where you're headed. Tell me about the 8 of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. So you've got, remember when I said at the beginning, I couldn't pick which deck to go with. I think that this is you integrating all the different pieces of your life. There are 2 different halves of you, and both halves of you are equally as valuable. You're finding a way to create harmony in your life. Maybe some of you, because this is talking about Pentacles, some of you might discover that this new path that you're on, the new information that you've learned, maybe you go to some seminar and you connect with somebody there who says, wow, we're really glad you attended this seminar. We've been looking for an assistant. Would you want to do some of these with us? And you go, yeah. And they go, well, we travel around. And you go, I could do that, 4 times a year. Sure. So now you're involved in something. Now you're living 2 lives, because maybe your 9-to-5 job is one thing, but then you always set aside a couple days, or, once every 3 or 4 months, where you go and you now play a role in some other like very spiritual retreat or something that is just super fulfilling for you. So you're making this incredible life for yourself that is fulfilling. It's adventurous. It's giving you 2 halves of your life. And in the same breath, it is bringing you more contentment, perhaps, than what you've ever had. This is amazing. I don't know. It feels like some of you are not only going to be like physically moving and doing things that are out of the norm, traveling a little bit, but that you also, this is so wild, but that you also have somebody wonderful coming up in your world. So we just got the 7 of Swords. And if you notice, here we have this is a circus tent, right? A circus who's come into town. Not saying you're a part of a circus, although how awesome would that be? Oh my God, to be a circus performer? Yes, please. I would do that in a flash. If I were talented enough, I would totally be a circus performer. I would love that. But I love the nomadic life too. But anyway, sorry, I digress on my own personal thoughts and dreams. Yeah, I just shared that out loud, didn't I? Mind wipe, everybody. Forget Kate wants to be a circus performer. I do, though. I think it'd be rad. Okay, let's get serious. That person, that one who lied about how they could just let you go and that you're not supposed to matter and that they're supposed to be able to cut you off, but they can't get over you. It looks like they show up at some point, or they're watching you as you are. It's so weird because I feel like this is such a specific message, and it probably is not going to be for everybody. That is okay. I never know what stories I'm going to get, but as you get more and more enmeshed in this amazing thing that you're doing, and it doesn't mean that you have to travel far and wide. It could be a local farmer's market or something that you now help out at, or you've created your own thing and you do it at the local farmer's market. Whatever this is, there is a sense of community that you are embracing. You're interacting with people. It feels really good. It feels really fun. And just as you're at like the peak where it's like every time you go to this market or every time you involve yourself in whatever this thing is, you're really loving the community that you have. In comes this person, the 7 of Swords person. They come in maybe pretending like, oh, I didn't know you were here. They totally knew you were there. Okay, sorry. But in this story, they totally knew that Libra was going to be there. That's the lie this time. They're trucking along. They got their swords and their merce here. It's it just is like they're literally hoping to act like, oh, didn't know I'd bump into you. Yes, they knew they'd bump into you. They literally came to where you are, which was not particularly easy to even go where you are because you're out here at some big open air festival thing. Very interesting. Please do tell me if any of that very specific info makes any sense to anybody out there in this storyline. High Priest. You know what? They could benefit from going to whatever this event is. However it is that they bump into you, it turns out their higher self has been guiding them. And maybe there's even some spiritual unlocking that might occur for them seeing you again. They might have come pretending that they were accidentally going to bump into you, but their higher self was guiding them and they were actually listening, because this is, in any other deck, this would be called the Hierophant. That is our connection to the higher power. As you can see, he's literally, pointing upward, like, no, 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 no. Don't pretend like you just absent-mindedly didn't know you were going to bump into Libra. Admit that you followed something in your higher power that said, I need to talk to Libra. This might be really beneficial for them, though. If they attend something that you are attending, or that you are helping promote, or whatever it is, they're stepping into your world. They've come to find you in your world. That's what I see. You've moved on. This is like a new version of you. You may look different, dress different, smell different, act different, have a whole different group of friends. You are coming across as super grounded and content with your life and joyful and not engaging in petty arguments and squabbles. You're really loving the things that you've done in your life. I mean, come on. You're in this 10 of Cups. You're super happy. This person is showing up because they've stepped into your world to come find you. But they were drawn to do this by the right reason in this story. It is because their higher self said, you really need to, you got a lot of healing to do. You really should go get a taste of what Libra's life is like right now. Let's take another look here. I think that this person is, we got an Ace of Wands. We had the Four of Cups in the reverse. So I'll finish my sentence. I feel like this person they're not just listening to their higher self. They're hungry for the vibe that you have. Your energy has somehow been still like like in the old Mickey Mouse cartoons where like Minnie's baking a pie and the scent of the pie goes out through the window, and the scent becomes like an animated thing where it's like little fingers that grab a hold of Mickey's nose and pull him toward the house. That's what I feel like has been happening. Your energy has been like an entity that has grabbed a hold of them and said, come on, come into this much more warm, welcoming circle of relaxed energy. I feel like this person is hungry for that kind of relaxed energy. They're certainly hungry for you, but they're hungry for a transformation. I feel like this person's gotten sick to death of their own behavior. I feel like, look at the difference here. Where would you want to be? Would you want to be in these big, heavy, darker energies, all of these things? They're not having a good time. They're separated. They're not having any playtime with the person they love. They're feeling bogged down and stuck. Every day is a grind. They're feeling like they always have to fight and be hostile to everyone around them. They're not moving forward. Would you want to be on these images, or would you want to be here? Would you want to be in an energy flow where it feels like you're welcomed and accepted, where it's like, hey, we're all about growth. Yep, we make some mistakes. We get stuck sometimes, but then we grow. We look for the rainbow instead of focusing on the rain. That's your new vibe. I feel like some of you are just like, I just don't want to have arguments with people anymore. I actually want to surround myself by people that are building instead of deconstructing. And it does not mean that it's all kumbaya to the point where it's all fake and like everything's wonderful. No, it's that life has lots of obstacles, but the way you deal with them is to say, oh yeah, if something hurts, I probably need to deal with that emotion. I need to let myself cry. I need to slowly release it. I need to be patient with myself. I need to be around supportive people. I need to laugh more. I don't want to isolate. I want to, be around people that they can say, it absolutely hurts. I, validate those feelings. And at the same time, it will get better. Hang out with me some more, hang out with our group some more. Let's go bike riding. Let's do some healthy stuff. Let's do things that help us move beyond woundedness and try to always work toward healing. It's not to pretend like everything is roses. It's more that whatever energy you're in now, it's like you accept the good and the bad as of course the universe has chaos and it has harmony, and we're always going to get a taste of both. This person is, I think, sick and tired of their own behavior, and they want to join you in this behavior that you exhibit now. You somehow moved beyond them, and yet your energy didn't go anywhere. They have still been, if they're actually coming to find you, that they didn't move beyond you. they are coming back into your world because they can't help themselves. Because truth of it is they want to live in your world instead of the one that they stayed in. I think this is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. This person may only become a friend. This may not be a lover. This could have always been just about friendship. This may not have ever been about a lover. This could have been a family member. This could be anyone who stayed stuck in kind of like this really serious and kind of lonely, almost, I want to use the word kind of miserable world that they've been in, where it's always about like, lots of judgment, lots of rigid behavior, lots of expectations. And you're like, we do the best we can. You can't expect everybody to be perfect. Like, we're going to mess up as humans, and then we're going to try to heal. And I think that they want to be around that gentle energy that you are exuding now. This is very nice. It's just so sweet. It's so, we have a 3 of Wands in the reverse. We have the Empress in the upright. This person is ready to be present. Libra, this is showing up as what they see in you. They see that you've actually achieved something. This isn't something that you're still growing into. You are, it's not something that they have to wonder, will they feel this way about you? They already know this about you. It's like looking at you, however it is that they bump into you, when they go seeking you and find you. Also, this person may have aged a little bit by the time you see them. Sorry, I noticed there's a lot of creases on that face, which I think are very attractive. I love wrinkles. I think it makes a face much more, I don't know. I used to paint, so I like faces that have lots of creases and lines and lots of different textures. And, just, I was always looking at human beings because I think they're so beautiful and we're so different. And I think we're gorgeous at every age. But sorry, anybody who's young, that is no dig at you. You are beautiful, you are youthful, and you radiate absolutely your own version of beauty. But I'm just saying, in this case, this is someone who they may be showing some of their life story on their face. And I think that that's beautiful, that they're ready to change some things in their life, is what it looks like. But in any case, sorry, I always hope that I never say something that is then interpreted as like rude, because I certainly never mean to be rude. In giving one age group a compliment, I never mean that the other age group is unattractive. But moving on, we have them seeing you as the Empress. Okay, so Libra Taurus energy. There's actually been, Taurus has popped up twice in here because we had that Hierophant twice, right? Am I wrong about that? I'm sorry, we only had the Hierophant once. I apologize. We had the 7 of Swords twice. But this is like, they're not looking into the future to wonder if they could be with you. They already know that you're the one. You also are not still on this huge journey. You've actually arrived at who you are and probably who you will continue to be. There's a sense of peace, a sense of growth. It's like from whatever has happened to get you to this point, you have, remember, you're sitting in your 10 of Cups. You've reached a really happy part of your life, or are approaching that really happy phase of your life by the time this person comes to find you. And they see you as like, you love your life. You radiate energy. It doesn't matter what age you are. You may be middle age or much later age, and they are seeing you like, oh my God, you are absolutely incredible. It doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine. They see you as somebody who is so powerful. So she's very sensual and sexy also, whether you're masculine or feminine. And again, an emperor and empress can oftentimes be someone who is a more mature age bracket. Just because you've got to go through so much in life before you become this, it does not mean that young people cannot be emperors and empresses. Certainly some people absolutely are. But in this storyline, I feel like everyone that we're talking about is an older age bracket. And this is like, there is something so sensual about you, whether you're masculine or feminine. This person is kind of blown away by you. And it has everything to do with you're walking through your life, the life that you authentically wanted to have, with all of this growth that you've produced, all of this, you're happy day to day. You're happy in your energy. I think that a lot of you are looking really youthful, especially if you are older. The energy that you're giving off as the Empress is so youthful, but also powerful. So it's a really sexy blend. And it's like, other people know this about you, but this is the first time they've seen you in this light. And it's like, it's a shocking, like, I know immediately you are the one for me. You're the one that I've needed to come back and find. This person, I hope that if they're being struck by lightning, by seeing you this way, I hope that it's as if they're able to say that out loud also, because this person wants to be in your world at this point. I don't know. I don't know if you'll say yes to them. You may or may not. But if you do say yes, it's almost like they immediately are a part of your world. You know, it may be only as a friend, but the fact that we have the Three of Wands in the reverse, if this person shows up, it looks like it's an immediate, like, well, of course you're here. And of course, you're going to stay here. Yes, you're going to be part of my world. This person took the steps to come and find you, even if at first they enter your world a little bit like, oh, I didn't expect to bump into you. I think that within minutes or something, it's like, okay, I looked for you. Okay, I needed to see you. Okay, I've really missed you. And it's like we get from 0 to 60 really fast. It's not something that takes a long time in the future. It's like it just clicks, and it clicks now. Another lengthy reading. I never realize how long some of these are going to get until my voice feels hoarse. So you guys, that's what I have for you. I hope that if there's something positive out of this, please do give it a thumbs up. If not, no worries. Just release it. None of that matters at all. It's all just stories. It's all for inspiration. And thank you guys for being here. Lots of love. Bye.